From VTV Channel 6 Studios in downtown Vernal, this is Local Point with your host, Chris Piner.
Thanks for joining us. This program is brought to you by Ashley Regional Medical Center. On today's show, we've invited Kirk Robbins from Uintah Mosquito Abatement District to share information with us on the West Nile virus. Welcome, Kirk.
Thank you.
It's going to be an interesting show.
I hope so.
You must be one of the most popular people in the community.
Well, I don't know about that.
Everybody's got to love you and your crew. I know I do. If you're taking care of those mosquitoes, those pesky mosquitoes. And for me, they are pesky. Do mosquitoes actually play a role? I mean, do we have to have these things?
Well, I don't know if we have
Any
to have
of
them, but they're here and they're always going to be here. They've always been here and always will be.
Well, will we be okay if we just get rid of all of them?
Well, I don't think that'll ever happen.
Probably not.
No.
But we can get rid of some of them, and the environment will still be okay.
That's right. We can keep them at a controllable level anyway.
Well, I know that on behalf of all those people out there that are like me, I've been eaten and bitten by mosquitoes. I'm the guy that you want to take to a picnic because they come to me. And you were telling me off camera that that some people are like that.
Yes, some people attract mosquitoes more than others.
I'm the guy. My mom always said it's because I'm so sweet. But anyway, we have other theories here also.
Your mom would know, wouldn't she?
Well, I hope so. Anyway, well, I heard the airplanes flying overhead the other day too. Sometimes you do a little bit of fogging. Is that what that is, or
Just
dusting,
aerial spray. Just
aerial spray?
Once in a great while.
No fogging.
No. Well, fogging's done with the truck-mounted fogger.
Okay.
In a truck. Aerial sprays out of an airplane. And so once in a while, as we see disease or come up in a need, then we'll do that. But it's not real common. Not real common.
Now, I know that it's interesting to talk about all of these things, and we're going to talk a little bit more about mosquitoes and ways to get rid of them, but the focus today is really about West Nile virus, and we want to do some educating on the program. Is that?
Yeah, we'd like to encourage people to protect themselves and avoid contact or having problems with West Nile virus.
Now, West Nile virus is something that a lot of us who are not as smart as you are and know about mosquitoes kind of makes us a little bit nervous. And we hear all the time that it is here in Uintah County. Is that
It is.
true?
It's in the county right now. It's been here, I mean, since about 2003. We've had the virus each summer in the county. It's in mosquitoes that are here, brought in here by birds, and so it's been here and it continues to be here each year.
Is it unique to Uintah County? Or do we see it in other parts of the state, or are we just the lucky ones?
No, we see it in other parts of the state too. This year we've seen it. We've had it here. Duchesne County's had it. Salt Lake, Utah County, up through Box Elder, Weber. So it's around the state.
All right. Now we're a little bit later in the season, and that I'm leading into something here. We've seen mosquitoes throughout the year, but they're still here as late as it is. Now tell me about those mosquitoes that we're seeing this time of the year, as school's beginning.
Yeah, early in the year we see there's a lot of what we call floodwater mosquitoes. Mosquitoes that the eggs are in the soil, they get inundated with water, and those eggs hatch, and they go through their larval stage, their pupal stage, and then they fly by biting adults. These mosquitoes we see now, we call these permanent water mosquitoes. Most of them are permanent water. We still see a few floodwater mosquitoes. Permanent water mosquitoes lay their eggs on top of the water. They go through their larval stage, their pupal stage, and they fly, and they take a blood meal, and they return to lay their eggs on top of the water again. And and they'll continue to take a blood meal, lay more eggs, and they're the ones that spread disease.
So I know that I speak for some of our viewers when I say blood meal, eggs, ew. Ew. Well, talk a little bit more about that, though. Blood meal and how these things bite, and some of the things we can do to avoid West Nile virus when we come back in just a minute. So we'll be back with Kirk Robbins from Uintah Mosquito Abatement District after this message from our sponsor, Ashley Regional Medical Center.
Ashley Regional Medical Center supports the local community, from the Uintah High sports programs to the Relay for Life and the Dinosaur Roundup Rodeo. We work together to make our community a healthy and beneficial place to live.
Quality care with a personal touch. Ashley Regional Medical Center.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we've been talking with Kirk Robbins from the Uintah Mosquito Abatement District, and when we left, we were talking about eggs and blood meals and all kinds of gross things. But it's important because all of this leads into something that a lot of people are talking about, and that's West Nile virus. We know that it's present in Uintah County. But let's get back quickly to this blood meal thing, because it's just a horrible way. I usually say bite, but do mosquitoes actually bite you?
They actually insert a proboscis, which is what they take your blood with. They insert their proboscis into you, inject some saliva, and then withdraw blood. And they use that blood to produce eggs. If they don't get a blood meal, they can't produce their eggs, and therefore we...
So they don't just bite for the fun of it.
No.
There's actually a purpose, and you're what do you do? You're nourishing mosquito eggs.
You're producing mosquito eggs, but only the female mosquito takes your blood. So the males are out there; they're not bothering you. Only the females.
You just fill in your own punchline right there yourself. Now, what can we do then to avoid this? I mean, there's certain times of the day or repellents or things that we can use or should use?
There's several things that we can do to help us to avoid donating a blood meal to the mosquitoes. One thing is...
That sounds so charitable, doesn't it? There's mosquito charities out there. We're donating a blood meal to them.
That's right,
anyway,
helping them out.
Yes.
So, by using DEET, repellent with DEET is one of the most effective ways. As we put that repellent on, it'll keep the mosquitoes from biting us. The other thing we can do is...
Not just specifically needs DEET. I hear about that all the time.
DEET is one of the best ones that there's a few new ones like Ricardin and some of those, but DEET is probably the one.
It's a proven one.
It's proven, it's been around.
It's D-E-E-T, DEET.
Right.
Okay.
And the other thing we can do is wear long sleeve shirts, long pants, and like you mentioned earlier, we can avoid outdoor activity or being outdoors from dusk to dawn.
Or at least be protected at those times.
Be protected at those times,
Extra cautious.
And the reason for that is the mosquito that spreads West Nile virus, which is Culex tarsalis, only bites from dusk to dawn. Not from dark, but from the time the sun goes down to the time the sun comes up. That's just its genetic specialty.
Is this a more hardy mosquito?
No, it's just if you
just
saw them fly by, you'd think they were all just the same.
Some of those out in Jensen have saddles. They're huge things. No, I'm kidding. No offense to all the Jensen people. Well, they're fun to ride. But I'm finding them in my house.
And a lot of times we see, especially here in town, a lot of mosquitoes are produced in yard ponds, in the bottom of flower pots, anywhere that water collects, in a wheelbarrow.
This is what we need to talk about, what people can do then, because we're sometimes unknowingly are
producing them right in our own yard.
So what do we need to do?
There's several things that can be done. One is, like, if you have wheelbarrows, old tires, if you have a sprinkler that's keeping water in there and there's water in there for 5 days, that will produce mosquitoes.
That's a place that they like. What about a bird bath?
Bird bath's another one. Bird bath can be dumped once a week, refilled,
and then you're okay.
Now,
ponds are really popular now. People are putting these in as landscaping features. Is that okay?
It's okay, but they will produce mosquitoes.
What can you do to... you're not going to empty a pond, though, every week. What do you do?
There's several things that you can do. If the water's moving and there's wave action, that'll keep... The mosquitoes will lay their eggs in there, they'll hatch and become larvae. But
so if you've got a little trickling thing and...
if there's enough movement, it'll keep them from producing. If there's not enough movement around the edges, the mosquitoes will produce.
If you've got a pond, then you need that ripple action all the way to the very edge, all the way around.
And then we've also got a product called Allicid that we can put in a yard pond that'll treat that pond for between 100 to 120 days. And it's a growth mimic. You put in there, it won't hurt animals, people, anything, but it'll make the mosquito to where as it goes through its larval stage, its pupal stage, it won't fly.
That is interesting. Now, just we're out of time, but I just got to ask you quickly, if I have a mosquito problem, can I call you and say, can you come over and...
We will, and we'll come in, we'll check, find out where the problem is.
Is there a fee, a charge for that?
No.
Well, bless you then. I'm telling
That's
you,
our
you've got to
job.
be the most popular person in the county. You are with me. Now, thank you for watching Local Point. For more information on this program, you can visit our website, www.vernal.tv. Stay tuned also today. to VTV Channel 6 right here for an educational video on West Nile virus in Utah.